What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. In today's reading, we are going to be taking a look at your karma this time. In this lifetime, we're going to be comparing your North Node and your South Node and bringing it all together to take a look at what your karma is for this lifetime. Or even for some of you guys, you may notice that it's a certain situation unfolding in your life at this present moment. But if you're aware, you know that karma repeats itself until we finally shift ourselves out of that vibration and fix whatever needs to be healed within ourselves, so that we can progress, spiral up and out of that cycle of repeating the same karmic lessons. Okay, so you will notice that as we get into the reading, you may notice that it's a certain cycle that you may keep repeating, whether it's with the same person or with different people. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the reading. We have 3 piles today. For the first pile, we're using the Elemental Tarot. For the second pile, we're using the Hermetic Tarot deck. And then for the third pile, we are using the Tarot of Dreams. So go ahead, take a moment, pause, and select which pile or which cards really resonate with you the most, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to get started with pile number 1. Those of you who have chosen the Elemental Tarot deck here, this is going to be your reading. Let's take a look first at your South Node. Okay, this is what your karma is for this lifetime, which you're meant to cycle out of or work through. All right. I believe that's reversed. Okay, so I think yeah, the whole thing is in reverse. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay. So, pile number 1, your South Node karma, so far what I'm seeing, has a lot to do with romance and relationships, okay? We have the Knight of Cups, the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to go through a cycle of starting something and then stopping, starting something and stopping without actually getting to your goal when it comes to your romantic relationships. Okay, it could be with one person in specific, but there's a lot of start and stop. Okay, is what I'm getting. And with the Hermit card here, this is meant to play out this way in order for you to gain some sort of self-awareness. You guys are meant to spend a lot of time alone. So you guys may notice that you go through different relationships with different people or a specific person, and things seem to not go well. Okay, so you may notice that maybe, and I get that for this pile, you are meant to see like people close to you enter into relationships that are long lasting. You're meant to see that on social media. You're meant to see that with your friends, your family. You're meant to see people enter into long-lasting relationships, whether they are healthy, are sustainable, or last or not. But it's supposed to invoke some sort of feeling within you. For a lot of you guys, it's like inadequacy, not so much jealousy, but it is going to provoke something that makes you feel lonely, okay? Is the best way I can describe it. But you guys are meant to be alone for a good portion of your lives, okay? And I feel like that reason is you guys learn a lot in solitude. You guys could be natural introverts. Some of you guys could actually be Virgos, or you could have a Virgo North Node or South Node, rising, sun, moon. But you guys are meant to learn in solitude. Some people are meant to learn with partners. And I feel like that is true for your case as well, but you're learning the most by disconnecting from romantic partners and going within for a period of time to learn from those situations or that person, and then applying it outward. But you're gaining a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom from disconnecting from romantic relationships for a while before re-entering again, or the universe wants you to gain some sort of balance. Because I feel like for this pile, you may notice you get into relationships and you may like forget about yourself to a certain extent, or overgive or overindulge in the relationship. I'm not going to say you become codependent, but you guys love very hard. And I feel like you guys have a lot of passion, and it's easy for you to get so wound up in the person or the people that you're connecting with that you kind of forget to tend to your own garden a little bit. I'm not going to say completely, but you guys have a larger mission here, a larger purpose, and it may have to do with like relationships. You could like become like a relationship coach or something like that. Not for everybody, but you're meant to learn a lot from your relationships, your romantic connections in that way. But you can't do it if you're always in that relationship, because I feel like there's a part of you that is very devoted to whatever it is you love or have passion for. And for a lot of you guys, you have a lot of love and passion for the people that you develop romantic relationships for, and it can kind of burn or dwindle down your passion and love for other avenues or other aspects in your life. Okay. All right, so we have the first house, which is Aries energy, and it's the body. Virgo also is about like physical health, so I don't know if there's like a connection there. We will see. All right, we have forgiveness, letting go. Yeah, you guys are definitely meant to learn a lesson about letting go and allowing the universe, because I feel like it's not easy. Like whatever this lesson for you is not easy. Like I said, you guys have a lot of love and a lot of passion to give. And so it's not easy for you to just let go of people, let go of situations that you're passionate about, that you have a lot of love for. But the universe is teaching you this lesson of learning that not everything is permanent, and that it is okay to let go of certain things, people, places, and allow the universe to come in and create order in your life. And I feel like you guys are learning this lesson, or you're meant to learn this lesson in this lifetime. Okay. All right, so we have Anunnaki light codes. I'm going to give out like life path numbers, okay, because I'm feeling called to, but some of you guys can be life path 5, 7, 9. Definitely getting a lot of 9 here, and 5. That could also be Virgo North Node or South Node, Sagittarius North Node or South Node, and 7th house is Libra, so Libra North Node or South Node. Some of you guys definitely could have a water sign, North Node or South Node, but take that how it resonates. It does not mean it's not your reading if that doesn't resonate, but there's definitely an energy here of solitude, needing to learn through solitude and or freedom, okay, which is Sagittarius. And then Libra energy is that romantic partnership type of vibe, where some people do learn through like connecting with another person in a lifetime and staying with that person for a long haul. But you guys are not, like, maybe if you have Libra, it would be in the South Node, okay? You learning to overcome that, to learn to work alone. So I feel like Virgo would be your North Node. For some of you guys, for Sagittarius. Again, does not have to resonate. Could be your life path number. Again, those are 7, 5, and 9. All right, so yeah, you guys are meant to go through a lot of hardships in your life in order to strengthen your belief in God, the source, creator, universe. You guys are meant to transform the untransformable, if that makes any sense. You're meant to conceive the unconceivable. You're meant to birth miracles. Your life is meant to be a miracle. You're meant to bloom. You're meant to grow constantly, okay? You're meant to overcome things that most people aren't able to overcome, okay? A lot of heartbreak, a lot of rejection, a lot of time in solitude. You know, you guys aren't meant to have like a lot of friends in this lifetime. Or this is your South Node, so when you're dealing with or going through your South Node, you're going to notice you have a lot of failed relationships, romantic anyway. You're spending a lot of time alone. You're not really connecting with people romantically, whether it's by choice or, you know, the options just aren't coming in because you are secluded. And a lot of times it's not going to be your fault. It's not going to be your own doing, but it's something that the universe is conspiring, okay, to work out something, to work out this South Node lesson, okay? Which is letting go, okay? You can't control everything that goes on in your life. And you're meant to awaken to your higher purpose, your higher calling, which can only be done through your solitude, is what I'm hearing. You guys still, after working through this South Node lesson, you're going to realize that you find a lot of joy and happiness in being alone. For a lot of you guys, you are going to start paying more attention to your health in this solitude. You're going to start paying attention more to the things that bring you true joy and happiness. And you're going to become a more happier person, okay? Most people would think that, like, you're single, you're bitter, you know, you've been through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of betrayals and things like that, that you'd be bitter and angry. But because you guys have this hermit energy out here, it's major arcana, that lets me know that you guys are going to learn through these experiences, and you're going to learn forgiveness, you're going to learn compassion, because the universe is going to be granting you a higher perspective of things, of people, of situations, that allows you to let them go, that allows you to have faith, that allows you to have belief in the universe, belief in miracles, belief in that nothing that you go through is for no reason or is for strictly for punishment, because this is not a punishment. This is a very beautiful energy that you're going to be going through throughout your life, okay? The early stages or even the late stages, okay? Losing friends is when you're going to be, that's when you're going to be transitioning out of your South Node, when you notice yourself losing more connections, whether they're romantic, friendships, or otherwise. That's when you know that you're shifting out of your South Node, okay? And when you're shifting into your North Node, you're going to be more at peace with being alone, because that's part of your dharma or whatever in this lifetime. Sorry, I didn't mean to say whatever. Your dharma or life purpose within this lifetime, because that isolation energy, if you guys know anything about like monks and nuns, they are meant to spend time alone, because that it's supposed to give them more connection to God, spirit, source, creator, that came from something, okay? Whether or not they made it out to mean something else, okay, for their own benefit, they meaning organized religion, but we're not going to get too far into that. But yeah, that lone energy is meant to connect you to God, to spirit. And the hermit energy is someone who does a lot of self-introspection, a lot of reading, a lot of soul searching, wisdom seeking, knowledge seeking. You have a lot of time to study the things that bring you joy, to look into things that you've always wanted to look into, to really dive deep into the resources of your own soul, and do it freely without the judgment or restrictions of anyone else, okay? And that's very powerful, okay? And with this, you remember home, okay? With this cosmic flower here, it says the frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world, okay? And with hummingbird, you are the joy bringer, because you finally reach this place where you're realizing the majesty and the beauty in all that surrounds you, the universe, and you're having this faith in God, because everything has worked out for you thus far, despite the heartbreaks, despite the hardships, despite the rejections, the failed missions, the failed projects, the failed relationships, romantic, familial, platonic, otherwise. Despite all of that, you are coming back to yourself, you know, and that's how it was meant to be. And because of that, you're able to let things that are not meant for you go with grace. because you have this rich inner life, okay? Energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. This Anunnaki light codes. Okay, so again, part of your South Node is really shifting out of that energy of needing other people to complete you, or yeah, pretty much needing other people to complete you, whether it's family, friends, romantic partners, a certain job, a certain lifestyle, a certain place to live. A breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will. So you guys are meant to let go and have more faith in the universe. But again, it's not going to come with an easy feat for this pile. Your life is going to be filled with a lot of difficulties when it comes to romance, when it comes to your career, even finding the passion and things that you really enjoy doing, that you can keep going, you know. A lot of you guys are going to find it difficult working with other people or working under other people. You guys would rather much spend more time in your own world, cultivating your own ideas, your own thoughts, your own projects, your own creations to share with the world, rather than working under someone else or working with other people and trying to manifest their visions. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it takes a lot, it drains a lot of your energy. Okay, and part of shifting out of your South Node is realizing that, number one. But when you're fully operating your North Node, I haven't pulled those cards yet, but I feel like you're going to be operating out of space of full authenticity and autonomy over your own life, over your own self. And I feel like that does mean entrepreneurship for a lot of you guys, or for some of you guys, it could even mean like living off grid or moving to another country where capitalism isn't as alive and thriving. If that's not something you resonate with, that you find that you don't resonate with. For others of you guys, it's just finding a way to make your world what you want it to be. Work, romantic, friendships, relationships, all that stuff. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Yeah, so I feel like for this pile, your South Node is just a lot of endings and beginnings and endings and beginnings, okay? And I feel like also with this Aries energy, the first house, I feel like a lot of this is going to have to do with like your self-identity, the way you identify yourself in the world. Your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself as well, is going to develop a lot as you get older, okay? A lot of you guys, I'm not going to say for all of you guys watching this, but some of you guys definitely could have struggled with like shyness here with the Hermit, and then like I'm just getting self-esteem issues with the Aries energy here. Shyness and or like low self-esteem, okay? And I feel like that also may have put you a lot in this loner energy as well, to be honest. And you may have attracted a lot of people. You may attract a lot of people that find that energy intriguing, but can't sustain it, okay? And I feel like it's going to weigh a lot on your self-confidence and the way you perceive yourself in the world. But again, God, source creator, we have to be so thankful, because all of this rejection and all of these cycles and experiences are meant to lead you back to yourself, okay? They're meant to put you in this period of solitude where nobody's coming in, nobody's reaching out, or the people who are, you aren't really interested in, okay? So that you can really just figure out who you are at the core of it, so that you don't have to continue to bend and mold yourself into what you think other people are going to want or accept in a romantic partner, in a friendship, and family, or otherwise. So I feel like at some point when you're shifting out of your South Node, in your South Node, you're going to have a lot of identity issues, self-esteem, self-confidence, and stuff like that. Shifting out of it, you're going to become more confident in yourself. It doesn't matter what you look like, or what you talk like, or your background, where you came from, your educational background. You're going to have so much more confidence in yourself, because of this faith in God and faith in everything you've been through and everything you've overcome and how far you've come and where you're going, the intuition, the feeling of where you're going, not even just in this realm, but spiritually, you know, your soul. I feel like there's like a heavy burden that's going to be lifted off of your soul, your spirit, okay, and being able to navigate this earthly realm in the way that you want to, okay, truly want to, okay, and realizing that there are no limitations but the ones that you perceive, okay, and that you can overcome everything. I feel like at some point when you're in your South Node, you're going to be working against karma. You're going to be working against the divine. You're going to be wondering, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep failing at this? Why can't I meet the perfect person? Why can't someone commit to me? Why can't someone be loyal to me? That victim mindset, okay, or that woe is me mindset is going to be shifting more into, okay, that wasn't for me. Universe, God, source, creator, please align me with what is for me. And if that is solitude at this time, then so be it. I'm going to do what I need to do with this time, okay? Even if it's for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? Maybe that's just my dharma, you know? That's just an example. Not saying that all of you guys are going to be single for the rest of your lives, but there is going to be a majority of your life spent alone, okay? And it's going to be a period of immense transformation or growth. And if it's not like an immense period, like all together, it's like sporadic, okay? Where it starts and then it ends, and then you're in this period of solitude, and then something else starts and then it ends, and you're in this period of solitude. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with like romantic partners and or like your career, your passion for what you do. It could be a combination of all of that, okay? But it's meant to like bring you back, okay, to yourself, and to help you shift more into this light energy, shed old skin, shed what's not you, okay, and become more in alignment with what is you, okay, ending a certain cycle, blossoming into who you're meant to be. All right, so that is your South Node. Let's take a look at your North Node. For you guys, 9 of Pentacles already. So like, yeah, if you guys, I feel like for you guys, I don't really have to tell you, but for a few of you guys, myself included, because I am kind of resonating with this file, and I don't normally resonate with my own readings all the time until I go back and watch them. But you guys are going to becoming fulfilled on an emotional and mental level in your North Node, okay? Also, I'm getting that there's going to be less of a reliance on material things for you guys. I feel like because you guys are going to be coming into a lot of things, a lot of success, a lot of money, okay? And your perspective on money and material things is going to change as a result. So you guys, you aren't there yet, but you will. Oh, look at that money. Yeah, you guys are going to be coming into some sort of awareness of how money actually works, how to generate money, sustain it, keep it, use it. There's going to be less of a reliance on it as like a means to an end, or like a way to identify yourself. We have more Aries energy with the Magician here, Virgo and Gemini as well, because of it's Mercury. Again with the 7, okay, so we have 7, 5 again, and 10. 7, 5, 10, and 1. Okay, so oh my gosh, these cards being bent is going to annoy me so bad. Okay, so you guys in your North Node are going to have no problem manifesting at all whatsoever I feel like in the past, you guys were, or in your South Node, you guys had trouble really going with the flow of things, okay? Which, if you know anything about manifestation or the law of attraction, you know, the first rule is to let go, okay? You have to let go. You can't, or even doing spell work, you put the intention out into the universe, and then you open yourself up to receive, whether it's an idea, a favor from somebody else, a relationship, a possibility to connect with somebody, a webinar coming up, or like something like that, like an opportunity presents itself. But you have to be open. You know, sometimes we call something in and we expect it to come in the form that we expect it to come into, and then we miss out on the actual blessing because it didn't look like the blessing. You know what I mean? And I feel like coming into your North Node, you are going to be more aware of how the law of manifestation or attraction works. And I don't feel like it's going to be even on a conscious level all the time. It's going to be more subconscious for you guys. That's because of how powerful you are. You're going to be manifesting constantly. And I feel like it's because you guys do have like a rich imagination, a rich inner world. And I did get that. Like I said, God or the universe wanted you to spend a lot of time alone, enriching your inner world. So then you come into your North Node and you have so many resources there, from all that time you spent alone, all that time you spent self-reflecting and introspecting and learning the lessons from all previous experiences, difficult or easy, you know. Oh my gosh, the cosmic heart, what it says here, make your life a moving prayer. I got this in like one of the piles, like intuitively, like that message in different words came to me, like your life just being a testament or an example of everything that you preach. Okay, so you don't have to go out telling people they should live a certain way or they should do a certain thing, because your life speaks for itself. And so people automatically want to listen to you. How did you achieve that? You know, how are you so happy? How are you so carefree? How did you get to that point? You will be able to give people advice in a way that your life speaks for itself. Your life is going to be an example of your faith in God and the universe, okay? And that is exactly what I was getting from all of those failed things in your life, or perceived failures, whether it be projects, jobs, relationships, friendships, school, all of those things. Making peace with all of that and learning the lessons, aligning with your true self so that you know where you're meant to go. You feel it in your spirit that didn't work out because it wasn't meant for me, not because I'm X, Y, and Z, not because I'm not X, Y, and Z, but because it wasn't meant for me, simply put. Okay, and you're going to be able to teach that in some way, shape, or form to other people. And for some of you guys, you may actually make a career out of that. Okay, take that how it resonates. But whether it's like you tarot reading, coaching, it could be a more traditional route where you're doing therapy sessions, or you could be a motivational speaker or something like that. But I feel like when you finally step into your North Node completely, it's going to become very apparent to you what you're supposed to be doing and exactly how to get there. And you're going to get there with seemingly like ease, okay? To other people, it's going to look like ease, but that's because they didn't see everything you went through in the past. And from the outside looking in, what does the past have to do with the future, the present? But you guys are going to know exactly what your past had to do with you getting to where you are now. And that is the beauty in all of this, okay? In the past, you may have struggled a lot for money because you may have been holding on to things or situations that weren't for you. Maybe out of fear, out of comfortability, familiarity, things like that, because you didn't really believe in your ability to manifest or sustain something greater than where you were at that moment. But you are going to be coming into some realizations when you step fully into your North Node. The draft here says, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. And I did mention in your self node, you are going to be having issues with like your self-worth, your identity, and things like that. In your north node, I also mentioned that you're going to be coming fully out of that. You are who you are. 9 of Pentacles. You've taken the lessons from previous experiences and you've arrived at this point of being fully self-sufficient emotionally, financially, spiritually, okay, with help of the divine, of course. But not having to go outside of yourself to find answers, okay? But being that person that helps other people to get to the point where you are, okay? Because you guys probably had advisors and tarot readers and, you know, random people online, gurus, motivational speakers that helped you get through difficult points in your life. You're now going to be that person helping other people go through that, go through the trials and tribulations of their life and turn. The Magician is also about alchemy as well. Turning, what is it? Why am I having a blank right now? What is that phrase? Okay, so turning bad experiences into, or extracting the good from bad experiences, extracting the lessons. There's cinnamon in this, that cinnamon bundle, which is good for manifesting money or financially. And then we also have like the sword there, the cup, the chalice, and then the smoke, which would be air, and fire, which would be the cauldron. So you guys are going to have all of the tools and resources at your disposal. And I just, said that when I was speaking about, sorry, that chair was in my way, how you've spent time cultivating your inner world and now you're free to now create because you have everything you need at your disposal within yourself. But I do feel like with the cinnamon bundle, because I was really drawn to that, and then these books, you guys are going to be coming into a lot of money, okay? And a lot of emotional contentment, a lot of mental contentment, a lot of mental clarity. This 4 of Cups, usually in like the traditional tarot deck, it represents missing an opportunity or rejection. But in this deck specifically, and it's funny that I channeled that before I even read it in the book, because I was getting a very different message from this deck in particular because of the imagery, how there's 2 cups in the reverse and then 2 cups upright. To me, that represented emotional stability. And when I read it in the book, it alluded to something very similar, to reaching some sort of emotional fulfillment or contentment. And I feel like that is also here with the 4 of Swords. Like there's an equality here. Like you've lost some, but you've also gained a lot more. And being able to maintain that balance and that clarity of sight. With the crown chakra here, you guys are going to be very enlightened in your north node, okay? With the golden children here, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts, you guys are meant to share your gifts with the world, okay? Like I said, and I don't feel like that's a coincidence, but if you're resonating with this pile and you're here, you have a very unique vision. You have a very unique way of seeing the world, of seeing life, okay? You've been through a lot and you've transformed everything you've been through into something positive, okay? Something that you can learn from, but also something that other people can learn from as well, okay? And I feel like that you're going to be coming into some sort of realization that that is your power, that is your gift, okay? And that is what you're meant to share with the world. And that is meant to bring you the success that you've been wanting or looking for when you were in your south node and things were looking bleak and just impossible. Divine alchemy, oh my gosh, conscious manifesting, cosmic ordering, emerald tablet activation. Yeah, you guys are going to be stepping, I mean, this is your north node, but in your north node, you are going to be fully aligned with your life purpose, okay? But I do feel like it's not going to come with a lot not going to come with a lot of change, okay? There's going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of changes in your life, okay? And I do feel like this change also has to do with your image for some reason, because of that Aries in your South Node. Something about your image is also going to be changing as well. For some of you guys, you could becoming more fit, more into working out, eating right, and things like that. And it's going to give you so much energy and so much positive motivation, okay? And so much inspiration as well to continue your mission, continue being a light in this world, continue sharing love, okay? And then when you finally get into that abundance, which is coming for you guys for this pile, if you chose this, you are going to be very wealthy in this lifetime. You're going to have enough to share. And finally coming into that, or even the resources or the connections, okay? The means to share money, okay? Whether it's through like charities, okay, and stuff like that, developing your own charity or like cause or whatever, and getting people to donate. You're going to have people following you, enough people following you to where you're able to make a big change, okay, in this world. But then for some of you guys, you are going to be philanthropists or philanthropist. Is that how you say it? Philanthropist? Who donate a lot of money, or charity. Charity doesn't also always have to be money. It could be your time, your energy, your resources. So you could be volunteering to speak to the youth, or volunteering to speak to children in impoverished countries, or even impoverished areas in your country. So keep that in mind. But a lot of what your life purpose has to do with is speaking of sharing your light, of giving wisdom, giving knowledge, okay? So think of your favorite motivational speaker or tarot reader who has really changed your life in a very positive way. That's exactly where your life is heading, pile number one. But it's not going to come again with a lot of change, or it's going to come with a lot of change, a lot of upheavals, a lot of endings, a lot of maybe even traumatic experiences for some of you guys, a lot of losing, okay? You lose some, you win a lot more, okay? That's the energy I'm getting from this pile. But in the end, it's going to come with an infinite amount of stability within your emotions, your spirituality, your mental, okay? You're going to be at God level when it comes to your contentment within yourself, okay? Your awareness, the way you perceive things. Your ability to give advice or lead people is going to come effortless, because you're speaking from your heart. You're speaking from experience, okay? You're speaking from a God-given place, okay? This is your mission. This is your life. This is something God, the universe, has ordained for you. And you've sustained a lot of heartbreak. You've sustained a lot of failed situations, okay? You faced a lot of rejection, and it was meant to make you a better person. It was meant to make you someone who is self-reliant in every aspect, okay? It was not a punishment. I do see for a lot of you guys, for most of you guys, they're correcting me, for most of you guys, there is going to be a love of books. Some of you guys may write a book, or you may write books, and then for others of you guys as well, some of you guys are going to be writing like a grimoire. I'm not like a witch or anything. I'm not really into that at this point in my journey. I don't know if I ever will be. But some of you guys could write like a grimoire or a spell book or something like that to help other people with manifestations and calling in things for themselves. Some of you guys could be very powerful witches or Wiccans and stuff like that. I'm hearing that was your birthright. Like you were meant to do that. Like from the time you were born, you were meant to do that. And then for others of you guys, I'm also hearing that you are going to receive a true love, okay? I'm hearing on a full moon. So you guys might meet this person on a full moon, or reconnect with this person on a full moon, or like you go through cycles with this person during the full moon. I don't know, something about the full moon. Okay, you may want to manifest this person during the full moon, or money is what I'm getting. Like money is coming in for you guys. But love is also there. But the universe doesn't want that to be your main focus right now. When you shift more into your North Node, you're going to realize it's not... Love is all around you, okay? You're not going to be seeking it externally in the form of a person to give it to you. You're going to be approaching love in a different way. You're approaching love from a space of wanting to pour into someone else, but also wanting to be given that same love, that same genuine love and respect in return, okay? You're not seeking somebody to just dump into out of hopes to fill some sort of void within yourself. It's something that you're going to be wanting, like as an equal give and take, you know, someone to genuinely love, so someone to come home at night to share your experiences with, to share your success with, share your stories with, share your life with, your travels and things like that. I'm hearing someone to travel with to the other side. So like some of you guys could have like a twin flame or soulmate out there somewhere, whether you've already met them or you will be meeting them. But you are meant to connect with whoever this person is. And I'm hearing the other side. So like you guys could have already been together with this person on the other side before you even incarnated. And there's going to be a soul recognition. This person is also a golden child. Okay, this person is also meant to do the things that you do, or have the sight or perception that you do. They're meant to go through a lot of trials and tribulations and overcome them as well. Okay, if this is a twin flame, that's for some of you guys. You could already be connected with this person and they're already going through their trials and tribulations. Okay, that on and off again energy that I was getting in the South Node. For others of you guys, that person is out there. You haven't met them yet, but they are coming, okay? And you're going to align with them when the time is right, is what I'm hearing. And there's going to be a deep soul recognition. Effortless is what I'm hearing. All right, so pile number 1, that has been your karma, your South Node versus North Node within this lifetime. I hope you guys found something here that you could take with you to help you in your everyday, okay? If not, sorry, follow me into another pile or choose a different reader or another reading on my channel. Doesn't matter. If you did resonate with this reading though, please don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you aren't already, share with your friends. And if you are interested in booking a personal, you can check out my website. It's cosmicmirrors.com. I will also link it down below. And I hope to see you guys on another reading. Bye. Pile number 2. Those of you who have chosen the Hermetic Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading, taking a look into your karma. First, we are going to be taking a look into your South Node. And we have the 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, the Empress, and the 5 of Swords. All right, we have the Earth Star activation. Okay, so with the Empress here, like groundedness, which is related to the base chakra. You are in a alone community, also base chakra. And the Empress here, with the 5 of Swords. Automatically, I can see or sense that for a lot of you guys in this pile, there is going to be a lot of conflict and drama surrounding your home life, your family, or the way you grew up. And it could be surrounded specifically around a mother or mother figure or feminine energies in general. Third house messages. This is your intuition, okay? Is what I'm getting. But also what I'm getting with this third house here, there's going to be something in your South Node related to the way you communicate, your communication style. Okay, so we have desires here, which is sacral chakra, discernment. Okay, so you guys are going to have a lot of lessons in your South Node regarding discernment, listening to your intuition, trusting the wrong people, okay? Unfortunately. And I feel like it's strongly connected to a mother or a mother figure in your life, okay? I feel like this is going to be very specific, so please take it how it resonates. If it's not like a mother, it could just be feminine energies. So this could be something you maybe experienced in school, surrounding like bullying or people who aren't so nice to you. Sorry guys, daughter was being a little loud back there. Okay, so there's either a mother or feminine energies who weren't so nice to you guys growing up, okay? You may have clashed with this energy or feminine energies, okay? I'm getting a strong mother vibe here. Okay, so your South Node, you may have a lot of conflict with your mother, okay, in your South Node. And it's going to lend a lot to the way that you relate to people, what you look for in a partner, on a subconscious level at that. You guys are subconsciously going to be looking for people who can give you direction or refuge or show you something that you didn't receive in your mother or a mother figure growing up. Okay. For some of you guys, it has to do with like feminine energies. Even your mother could be included in this, but there's something about feminine energies, maybe wanting to attack you or belittle you or make you feel small in an attempt to have some sort of victory over you or some sort of control over you. You may conflict or have a lot of conflict with this feminine energy about what it is you desire in life, okay? They may try to force their own desires and will onto you. And I feel like for some of you guys, you may subconsciously seek that in a partner. It's not something that you go out consciously looking for, but you have, you're going to attract a lot of feminine energies who like to assert their will and dominance over you, okay? And some of you guys may be led by more sexual or sensual desires here, more fleeting type of energies that lead you into these connections with these people. I feel like it's also a feeling of isolation and loneliness out of maybe being neglected as a child or not getting what you need emotionally as a child. It was all ego-based with the 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 5 of Swords. There's no cups, okay? And you know, with the sacral chakra, that being oppressed as a child, that's like not having the freedom to express yourself in the way you want, not being able to create in the way you want, being very suppressed in that way. And the 5 of Swords on the Empress, because the Empress upright is an energy of creation, okay? Is an energy of abundance, okay? But there's some energy here trying to keep that stunted or not wanting that to grow within someone, keeping someone's feminine energy suppressed or making them feel like it's a bad thing to be able to tap into that energy, which makes a person more in their masculine energy, wanting to assert themselves, wanting to be right, being in their ego with the 6 of Wands, not knowing how to be soft, because the one person in their life that was supposed to be soft was not very soft. And so they don't know how to express that softness all the time. I'm talking to you, pile number 2. But being more so driven by egotistical things, or things of the lower nature, or sexual things, passion, lust, and things of that sort, wanting to feel like you're a part of a community or a part of a group because you never felt that growing up, and being so quick to entertain the first thing or the first person that gives you a glimpse of that, what you've always wanted, right? I feel like there's going to be a confusion with you and when you're in your South Node about what it is that you truly desire, and it's because you never really got a chance to tap into what it is you truly desire. It's been someone or something has been trying to keep you from that, okay? Keep you from being able to tap into your intuition, being able to create things or express yourself in the way that you want to, okay? Maybe even shame. I feel a lot of shaming here. And it made you feel, for this pile, very unsafe with the way you communicate, what you communicate, who you communicate it to, not really feeling like you belong anywhere. And I feel like it's attracted, in the South Node energy, a lot of people who on the outside maybe made you feel like you were a part of something or a part of a community or something. But we're really operating in the same energy that the suppressive mother figure was operating in. And it's because it felt familiar, it looked like what a relationship is supposed to be or feel like or look like on the outside, because that's what you witnessed growing up. But that not really being so. And if you're a woman watching this is like friendships even. Being attracted more so to feminine energies who do exude this energy of competition and wanting to one-up you and wanting to always be right, secretly in competition and things like that, wanting to make you feel bad or for being different, because you're different than them, and they're intimidated by that. You may attract a lot of friends, family members who are in that energy because there was a feminine energy in your life growing up that made you feel like that was the way of the world, that was normal to exude this type of jealousy or conflict or just competition, if you will. In your South Node, it does look like something that's, that's how you win or that's how you get ahead. You know what I mean? In your South Node, that's what it's going to look like. But I feel like at some point you're going to realize that everything you've built up to this point, or everyone you've connected with up until this point, really hasn't really added much value, substance, or depth into your life. In fact, it's done the opposite. It's done its job of keeping you stuck. Because it feels comfortable, because you didn't have that comfort growing up, that family dynamic, or that friend group, or that best friend that most people have growing up, or that mother, and so I'm getting like the evil stepmother from like Cinderella type of vibe with this Empress and the Five of Swords. Your South Node, you're going to be attracting a lot of shifty, shady energies into your life as a result of the relationship you had with your mother or a mother figure growing up. To be honest, I feel like your childhood didn't really feel safe, okay? I don't feel like you guys even felt like you belonged in your household, in your family even. For some of you guys, it's that deep. And so I feel like for a lot of you guys, you constantly had this feeling of wishing you were someone else, or wishing you were somewhere else, a part of something else, maybe had a different family or a different mother. But I feel like it more fell on you, wishing you were different, wishing you were someone else so that you could fit in to whatever dynamic this was, or so that you could gain or win the approval of this oppressive mother figure who, at the end of the day, I don't want to go as far as to say like wanted to defeat you, but this person was definitely in an energy of wanting to win at all costs, okay? Whether that's you growing up a certain way, turning out a certain way, enjoying certain things, not enjoying certain things, believing in certain things or not believing in certain things. But it's like a control thing, an ego thing. This person was very concerned with the way things looked on the outside, okay? This person associated with strength, with verbal abuse, even. I'm getting that this Five of Swords. I'm getting like a bully. Okay, so the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So you guys are going to have to learn how to separate from people or detach from people, but still hold space and love and wisdom. You can acknowledge certain traits and qualities about a person and still love them, but not allow them to take up as much space in your life to where they're able to assert their dominance over you or assert their own opinions or beliefs onto you. Okay, being able to discern like who's for you and who's not for you, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you may get comfortable in toxic feminine energies or toxic feminine circles and stuff like that. And a lot of it's out of codependency, to be honest with you, that lack of balance you felt growing up. And so anything that looks familiar or feels familiar, you kind of cling to, despite what your intuition or discernment may be trying to tell you. I feel like because you never felt good enough, you kind of just settled for, you know, things that were fleeting, things that felt good in the moments, things that felt good to the ego. You know, it soothed that bruised ego that's never really been soothed or addressed from the trauma it may have experienced in childhood, okay, or adolescence or whatever. I feel like you guys in this pile, you may struggle a lot with maybe hookup culture, or, you know, physically involving yourselves with people, although not really being romantically or emotionally involved with people, but still somehow attracting the wrong energies or the wrong people. Not really caring is what I'm getting about who it is you're connecting to, where it is, or, you know, what that person's intentions are, because, you know, you've learned this energy from this oppressive feminine energy here, that power is being in your ego, being assertive, being dominant over other people. So I feel like you guys felt like, or you will feel like, you have a lot of control over the situations and people in your life because of that energy. But that was that's false power. And when you really come into people who are in their power, who do see through things like this, you're going to be given a run for your money, okay? Because that's not how you relate to people. That's not how you interact with people. That's not how you maintain healthy relationships with people. That's all false. That's a false sense of power, okay? True power is being able to detach from situations and people, and still be able to, like, love them, I guess, but not be so invested emotionally and so attached that finding out something or discovering out something about this person is going to put you in a depressed state, or, you know, a fearful state. You have to have a healthy attachment style with people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, and that's going to be a hard lesson for a lot of you guys in this pile with your South Node, is learning to trust the right people, learning which energies are good and which energies are bad. Just because it's something you're familiar with does not necessarily mean it's good, or that it's sustainable, or something that you can do long term. You guys have a lot of wounding to work through in terms of, you know, your your inner child here. I feel like you guys have been suppressed or oppressed a lot in your life, okay? And you've adopted some sort of persona or mask that helps you get through the world or helps you adapt to certain groups of people or community to feel safe, that safety that you never felt growing up. And some of you guys may be even trying to find that safety in this same feminine energy that oppressed you as a child, and that's just not going to happen unless this person has truly healed, okay? And even still, if they have, it's important not to place so much power of our own selves, our own autonomy, into other people, regardless of how well-meaning that person may be. In your case, though, for pile number 2, a lot of the people or feminine energies you place a lot of trust into are not people who should be given that amount of trust, okay, regardless of their title or placement in your life. And that is something that you're going to learn in your South Node energy, okay? For a lot of you guys, when you step more into your North Node, it's about rising more into God power, God source creator, becoming more familiar or aware with a higher power. Some of you guys may just attract a lot of lovers that aren't well-meaning, okay? Lovers that want to take advantage of you, lovers that want to have some sort of power or control over you for their own self-gain, okay? With the fox here, it says, you are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. Like I said, for some of you guys, you have a very jaded view of romance, like a certain way of being in romantic relationships that you may have adopted from toxic feminine energies, whether it's a mother figure, exes, friends. This could be you, okay? Okay, so this toxic feminine energy could be you guys, for some of you guys watching this, okay? But I feel like it was a learned behavior. I do, and it comes from not receiving some sort of guidance or some sort of safety in a home growing up within a community, okay? I feel like there was an energy here that tried to come in and kind of play your God. They don't want you to listen to your intuition. They don't want you to trust yourself, okay? Pile number 2. And that is a tough lesson you're going to have to learn in this lifetime, unfortunately, as part of your karma. Realizing that you are smarter than, you know more about yourself than someone outside of yourself would know, okay? You know what you feel, you know what you think, okay? Being able to trust that over what someone else may try to tell you, okay? I do feel like there was an oppressive mother figure here who wanted control over their kids so much so that they made their kids not trust themselves, okay? And so you guys go out seeking someone else to kind of show you the way, okay, to guide you, okay, even if it's this oppressive mother figure still. Your lesson is to learn to trust your intuition, learn to trust the energies that you feel around certain people. Do you actually feel safe with these people or this person, or is it familiarity? Is it comfortability? Okay, because I feel like a lot of you guys feel very conflicted when you are around this person or talk to this person or these people, but because it's familiar and you feel like this person's never going to leave, and you have that codependency, that fear of being alone, you kind of stick it out and bite your tongue, even when you know it doesn't feel right. But because it feels familiar, or it's supposed to be right, by society standards, you stay, you know what I mean? You don't speak up, but you are very smart. You are very capable of finding solutions to your own problems without the input, advice, or opinions of just anybody, okay? Especially this oppressive energy here, okay? And I feel like because of this oppressive energy, you not trusting yourself, you guys just kind of, again, you just kind of follow your carnal desires. Okay, picking up where I just left off, following your carnal desires, things that are fleeting, things that are going to give you satisfaction in the moment. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, when you live this way with this mask, you're truly unhappy, you're confused, lost, lacking direction. And so you don't really know what it is you truly desire or what it is you're looking for. Sorry, I'm eating some Skittles. I'm also being very guided to tell you guys to be open to romance because of this card. It says be open to romance. I feel like a lot of you guys have always been in this energy of guarded, always ready for war, always ready to see the worst in people or situations, not trusting. And I feel like that's something that you've adopted from this energy growing up. Okay, learning that relationships aren't safe, that women aren't safe, or something along those lines. But adapting a certain way to deal with them, you know, that you try to apply to every situation with every person, and that's just not the reality of things. Okay, I feel like this oppressive energy would like you to believe that you can't trust anybody except for them, when they are the originators of the dysfunction or the trauma that you're experiencing now. Okay, which is ironic. I feel like this person doesn't want you to see that about them or realize that about them. I feel like, yeah, this person just wants control over you. Pile number 2, that's part of your karma, is to break free of this energy completely, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. It definitely has to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But with discernment here, like it says, it supports our ability to view the world and people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment. You can't do that without having some sort of inner peace, without healing whatever was wounded, fixing whatever was broken within this situation, so that you can healthily detach from this person and still hold love and space for them, compassion. You don't have to judge somebody for their shortcomings or their perceived faults. But if they are affecting your life in a negative way, you in no way, shape, or form have any obligation. Sorry, guys. My goodness, I can't get this out. So some of you guys could have a very blocked throat chakra, especially with third house here, messages. Feeling like you can't express yourself to this person. Yeah, that's very toxic, you guys. If you feel like you can't express your truth to someone without them flying off the handle or condemning you in some way, shape, or form, that's not good, okay? And I mean expressing yourself in a way where it's like, I like the color blue, but this person really wants you to like the color orange, but you like the color blue. That's crazy. I'm holding an orange Skittle. That type of energy, and they just, you know, why do you like the color blue? It's X, Y, and Z. You should be doing this. You know, that's not healthy energy to be around, entertain in any way. I don't care what obligation you feel like you have to this person. But this is your South Node, okay? So as long as you're operating in your South Node, you're going to be oppressed. You're going to feel like you can't speak your mind. You're going to feel at odds with the feminine energies in your life, okay? You're going to innately feel alone because you're constantly surrounding yourself with people who want to oppress you, people who want you to fit whatever mold they're wanting you to fit into, to give them some sort of satisfaction. These people are going to want you to be closed off to romance because, you know, true love has the power to transform anybody. And so they don't want you to ever experience that type of love for a lot of you guys, because it would bring about a lot of revelations about what true love or healthy connections are supposed to look like versus what you may have grown up with witnessing, okay? And if this person is very in their ego, okay, they don't want to be perceived in a negative way, okay? But your karma, your south node, is to work through the suppressive feminine energies or energy in your life. But I feel like it's going to show up in multiple forms, multiple people, multiple experiences, until you finally break free, detach, and find solace within yourself, within the universe, God, source, creator, and begin to trust your intuition, to begin trusting your heart. For some of you guys, it could be a person in your life who is very connected to their intuition, okay? Someone you are very much so in love with. Being able to trust people who are operating out of integrity, who are operating out of genuine love and desire to see you improve, or win at things, or win at life in general. Being able to trust those types of people. Just because you've seen something else growing up doesn't mean that's the way your life is supposed to look or turn out, okay? Or even if it's just this person's advice on how love should look, but this person's life has never looked how they're trying to tell you your life should look, or your love situation should look. You know, just being able to discern certain things about certain people is your south node, guys. I do want to get more cards for your guys' south node, but just a moment, guys. I'm going to pull more cards for you guys. Mostly because I'm not getting a really great energy from this. Like the other pile is like very uplifting, very positive. Like I could see the south node moving into the north node, but I'm not really seeing that here. So I want to get more cards for you guys. Okay, this person has done a really good job at beating you down, pile number 2. Ingenuity. Yeah, they don't want you to be like a creator. They don't want you to have boundaries. Warrior in the reverse. They don't want you to stand up for things that you believe in, okay? They've really beaten down your self-confidence, your self-worth here. And so I don't feel like this is going to be an easy energy to work through. If I were you guys, I definitely would advise speaking to maybe like a shaman or some sort of spiritualist who can help you to identify the negative energies or people in your life that do need to be cut away. Maybe help you cutting cords with people, because you can have cords with like your parents and stuff like that, whereas like even if you don't really talk to these people on a regular basis, you can still feel the residual energy of what you may have felt when you were in contact with these people, or even childhood things. Yeah, look at that healer. Yeah, you guys really should look into speaking with a healer here. This is about you getting more connected to the universe, God, source, creator, like an authentic, genuine connection, which a healer can help you establish. Stepping into your courage here. You guys are meant to be this hero in your own story, okay? And maybe other people's stories as well. I do feel like there's a significant connection within this, for this group, just because it's also here as well. And then you are not alone. Like you guys do have like a soulmate. I feel that there may be like some people trying to keep you away from in your south node, okay? You're going to have a lot of trials and tribulations when it comes to this connection, but it's meant to force you to step into your power, okay? Force you to call back everything that this person or these energies have tried to take away from you, okay? And see yourself more in this infinite, boundless energy where you're not confined or defined by anything anyone else in this 3D dimensional realm has to say about you, okay? Those are limitations. Those are illusions. that these people have placed on you time and time again to keep you in some sort of box where they can see you and control you, okay? Yeah, so love, some sort of true love connection here is meant to enter your life while you're in this south node, in order to open your eyes to something different, okay? In order to jumpstart you into this path of finding your true voice, finding your true north, and really beginning to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust the vibes you get around people. Maybe you guys weren't as spiritual before, but God, Source Creator, is calling you to be more spiritual so that you can understand more fully what's going on here, you know, and what you're up against and what you need to overcome. So that's your South Node, guys. Let's take a look into your North Node. Pile number 2, your North Node. We have the Magician. There we go. There we go, pile number 2. You become the Magician. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is you dropping all obligations to your past, okay? To who you were in the past, to who these people are, who you may have defined yourself as in the past with the help of other people. The Hierophant. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, clarity, spiritual clarity with the Hierophant here. You guys may actually seek out that spiritualist, that shaman, who does help you see through something or see clarity in a situation, or with people who you may have trusted a lot in the past, okay? I'm getting a strong mother energy though. Gateway, Gaia gateway activation, yeah. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. I feel like you guys, much like pile number 1, but it's a little bit different. You guys will become grounded in your North Node, where you're able to see a much higher purpose behind your experiences, rather than reducing yourself down to this one identity, this person, this body, you know, this physical vessel where, oh my gosh, I can't do that because if I do that, I'll be perceived this way. If I can't say that, if I do, then they may do this to me, or they may take away my inheritance, or, you know, they may take me to court and you know, run me through the ringer, take everything I have. You know what I mean? Shifting more into a faith-based way of seeing things, or taking yourself out of this physical vessel, connecting more with your spirit, who you are internally, and seeing what you're meant to learn from those experiences, rather than how they're meant to oppress you or force you to stay stuck or stay in a certain way of seeing the world, okay, or yourself. Yeah, look at that moon, soul. Yeah, you guys are meant to connect more with God, Source Creator, your soul. Belief. Your belief is going to be tested a lot, okay, in your South Node, in order to bring you to this point in your North Node where you do have clear sight with that Ace of Swords and the Hierophant at what's for you and what's not for you. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So this is about you closing one cycle of your life. And I feel like this is like a sort of like an ego death, almost like you're dying to an old way of being, an old way of perceiving yourself mostly, and being more open to the possibility of a higher intelligence, okay? When belief in yourself, okay? For this pile, the more you connect with your intuition, the more you connect with who you are as a spiritual being, the more belief you have in yourself as a physical being as well. So they work together, they coincide. You can have one without the other. However, it's very hard to navigate the earthly realm. You know, we have the Magician out here with just one, okay? The Magician is all about taking from above, divine inspiration, divine knowledge, divine wisdom, inspiration, and manifesting it in the physical. You know, if you're just going about the physical realm, only perceiving this physical body and the perceptions that other people project onto you, and the perceptions that you project onto yourself. You kind of force yourself into a box, you know, that makes it very hard for any change or love or growth to take place or happen for you. Okay. But I see in your North Node, you're meant to drop everything that is a distraction to your spiritual growth and gain some sort of spiritual clarity and dominion over your own life. Okay. You are meant to be a powerful manifester. You're meant to work in coordination with the universe, source, creator, not against it. It's going to take a strong amount of faith, a strong amount of belief to get you to this point in your North Node, though. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. So that's where it all starts, guys. Source. And I feel like that's where you're moving into in your North Node, okay? I forgot to throw out numbers for life path. Oh no. Okay, so we have 5, 6 together equals 11 plus 3 is 14, which reduces to 5. So we have 5 twice. We have 11, 6, 3 again, 6 again. Okay, so 3, 6, 5, 11 for the North Node. We have for life path, and then we have life path 2 and life path 9 and 3 again. All right, so for the North Node and South Node signs, we could have Gemini, Sagittarius, Taurus, Libra, North or South Node, and any fire sign, North or South Node, any air sign, North or South Node. I'm strong on the Gemini here. You could have Gemini anywhere in your chart. Or you could be strongly connected with a Gemini when it comes to your North and South Node. All right, so, and then we have Gemini again with the Magician, Virgo, Taurus again, North or South Node, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. And then we have 11 here for life path, and then 2 again for life path. And then we have 33 for life path, or 6. All right, so you guys are going to gain an infinite amount of belief in yourself, in the universe. But you're meant to connect with your soul, your spirit within this lifetime. That doesn't happen for everybody. So you guys should feel special that you're being called to do this within this lifetime. The 33 here, sound is connected with throat chakra. And you guys heard me choking up when I was trying to explain your South Node. So a lot of your South Node is about oppressing your true self, oppressing your right to free expression, okay? Not speaking up where you're called to speak up for yourself or other people. Just kind of taking life as it comes, or allowing other people to tell you what you want or tell you what you need. Versus feeling things out for yourself and trusting your own intuition when it comes to what you desire, what you want, what you need, what you even believe in. That's something that only you would know, okay? Some other people can't tell you that, okay? You can get advice as far as how to navigate the earthly realm, but when it comes to, you know, what I should do in certain situations, that's only something that you and your spirit, your intuition would know truly what you are being called to do in a situation. We can get ahead of ourselves or get in the way of ourselves from making certain decisions, or place ourselves in a state of indecision due to fear, ego, and things of that sort, outside opinions, outside things. Yeah, this is emergency for you guys. You guys can hear that. The ambulance outside, yeah. And there's the sense of urgency with this, because I feel like for this pile, it's just something that I'm just feeling like a resistance in this pile, to be honest with you. And I don't know if it's like a willful resistance, or it's like a fear-based resistance where, you know, you are afraid of what other people may think of you, or what other people may say, or what this oppressive feminine energy would say or do. But you guys, I'm being called to tell you to hold on. There is something greater than yourself, and it's asking you to believe, you know, to trust your own intuition, because you're getting signs, you're getting synchronicities, you're getting all of that, you're getting the downloads. Things are being shown to you, but yet I still feel like for a lot of you guys, you are still kind of reluctant on actually speaking out or doing something that is going to force you out of your comfort zone, that's going to place you in direct opposition to something that you're very familiar with. Okay, but it's something that's meant to happen, or should happen, in order to support your growth forward. Because if you stay in that stuck energy, it's just going to be more of the same until it eventually just breaks you down. Okay, unfortunately. And I do feel like it's going to break you down, pile number 2, if you don't shift your vibration. It's not as bad as it seems, is what I'm getting with this inner earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginning. And solutions came out with this fox card here. So maybe, you know, you guys are reluctant because you don't know if you have a solution here. But I'm hearing, you know, once you turn your perspective or your focus inwards instead of outwards, you will find those solutions. They're going to start coming to you easily, you know, through meditation, through maybe listening to tarot, or listening to a motivational speaker or a guru or something. Those inspirations, those thoughts, those downloads are going to start coming to you very easily. Things that you were looking for maybe years are going to just come to you easily, naturally. But you have to open yourself up to be receptive, and then you will come here to this beautiful energy of being fully in your power, being able to drop things that aren't for you with ease. Okay, being able to detach with ease, being able to call things in for yourself that you want, not what someone else wants. Okay, having this spiritual clarity, this clear sight, possibly even being able to translate this wisdom to other people, to help other people. You guys could have a past life to, what was it, the ancient Mayans, the Aztec civilization, ancient Aztec civilization. The 2 here is just really getting to me, and that's the high priestess energy, that energy of, you know, things unfolding but not being yet clear. Okay, and I feel like that's kind of where you are now. Things are unfolding but they're not yet clear to you, and I feel like that's where God wants you to take that leap of faith in the direction you're being called to. But I do feel like part of you shifting into your north node is this energy of things being unclear, but still unfolding behind the scenes, not really knowing what's going on, and that's purposely, but still the feeling of something unfolding, you know, maybe feeling it, maybe seeing it. Things are unfolding but they're not yet clear. That is an indicator that you are on this precipice finally of shifting from this south node, okay, clearing that energy, and then being able to move more into your north node, because things are being revealed to you. And I feel like a lot of this is on the dream state, a lot of this is in your intuition. Things are being revealed to you when you start to shift into your north node. Things that once made sense to you now are no longer making sense. People who you once looked up to are now looking very, you know, shady. They're looking a little, you know, unrefined, not as intelligent or wise as you may have once saw them as. Things are becoming more clear. They're unfolding, but yet where this is all leading to is still yet to be revealed. to you, okay? And if you're there, that is a clear sign that you are finally shifting out of that karmic cycle from the south node into your north node purpose of finally being able to say, you know what, and show up in the world. This is who I am. You can like it or you don't, but if you don't like it, then you know you aren't meant for me, and that's fine, you know. All right, so we have the black bear here. It says, guardian, gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Okay, so yeah, there's that connection, you know, to the universe, the divine, finding inspiration and guidance in all things. Okay, it could be a bird perching up on your window, you know. The other night I had a bird, my neighbor's pet bird, at my mom's house, flew into the side of the house and landed on the ground. I felt so bad for it. And immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of bird is this? It's like a tropical looking bird. It's not something I've ever seen in the wild in Northern Virginia before. But something in me told me to contact my neighbor. So I texted him and I was like, yeah, do you guys have a bird? He's like, yeah, it's a blue one. And you know, something in me told me that is a pet, that's somebody's pet bird. That's not some wild bird that's just here. Okay. But yeah, so things like that could be happening where you're just seeing certain animals where normally you wouldn't think anything of it, but then, you know, something in you just decides to like maybe look up like spiritual messages. Maybe what does it mean if I'm seeing this number or this bird or this animal constantly, or what does this totem mean, this totem animal? So once you guys start connecting the dots there, you know, that's a clear sign that you're becoming more connected to the universe. You're becoming open to what the universe has to communicate with you, or that the universe is communicating with you, because I feel like for a lot of you guys in this pile, you've been so shut off before in the past due to this oppressive energy, purposely trying to keep you cut off, acting as a tyrant, trying to control everything, right? Warping your perception of religion and spirituality, probably even, to now you're seeing for yourself there is a higher power, and it's not what I've been taught. It's not what I've been conditioning myself to believe it to look like or feel like, because I didn't know that it would communicate with me in this way. And that is a sign that you guys are shifting more into your north node. Okay, you're going to start seeing the signs and you're going to question them now, instead of brushing them off or not really thinking much of it. But when things are popping out at you and they're grabbing your attention in that way, and they're making you want to look more into it on an intuitive level, that is a clear sign that you're beginning to trust your intuition more. You're beginning to connect the dots. You're beginning to actually receive the messages from the universe, is what I'm getting at. And then when you shift into your north node, you begin to realize that everything that you experienced in the past was merely a learning lesson. It wasn't meant to define you or shape you in any way, shape, or form unless you wanted it to. In pile one, we talked about alchemy, which is a magician, taking the positives out of a negative situation and making them work for you, turning lead into gold. And I could not remember that in pile number one for some reason. We're turning lead into gold, which is that shitty stuff that nobody wants to accept, okay, or look at. But digging into that and finding what we can take or extract from it in order to make it something we want, okay? So yeah, learning experiences. Now you know what to look for in a manipulator, for instance. Okay, if you were manipulated in the past, instead of thinking, oh man, I'm stupid, why would I ever believe that person, or why would I ever do that, taking from that experience, okay, I messed up, I made a mistake, I really did trust that person, but that's because I thought they had my best interest at heart, not because I'm stupid, but because that person should have been someone I could have trusted, for instance. And it's their fault for lying, not my fault for believing it. Okay, so I mean, partially is your fault for believing it, but not beating yourself up for it. Learning from it. What can I look out for next time? Maybe I shouldn't be so open and blindly trusting and loyal to certain people who haven't shown me that they deserve that from me. Okay, or even if they have, you know, what am I feeling when I interact with this person? You know, not ignoring that. And I feel like you are definitely heading to this place where you're aligning with truth, and you are going to be seeing a lot of synchronicities. Universe is going to constantly be speaking to you through your dreams, through your intuition, through animals, numbers, and things of that sort. You're going to be moving into a place of less fear and more love, okay? You are being protected by the universe once you shift more fully into your North Node. So whereas in the past you felt open and vulnerable to these negative forces, these negative energies, moving more into your North Node, you'll realize that these negative energies or these negative influences are now being exposed and revealed to you, and that's a form of protection, okay? In the past, you may not have had that protection as strongly, and that's because you were meant to learn something from those people or those experiences. But your experience overall, your karma is basically to learn through a lot of betrayal, manipulation, lies, trusting the wrong people, and not really trusting yourself, to moving more into this person with full autonomy, full faith in themselves and the universe, and being able to create from a space of love rather than fear, and having your own spiritual insights, your own spiritual beliefs, your own outlook on life and yourself, rather than adopting things from other people. Okay. And then moving from that space of feeling vulnerable and open to these negative forces, and maybe falling victim to them at times, to now having this full protection where you're even seeing bad situations beforehand, before they approach you. Whereas before you were a little naive to certain things where you didn't trust your own intuition. But that is all your karma within this lifetime, okay? Your North Node versus South Node, pile number 2. If you guys resonated with this reading, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, you can always check out my website at cosmicmirrors.com. I will link it down below. And I hope to see you guys on another reading. Bye. All right. Pile number 3. Those of you who have chosen the Tarot of Dreams deck, this is going to be your karma for this lifetime. We're comparing your North Node versus your South Node. And let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing I did with the first pile, where the whole deck is just upside down. Okay, Page of Cups, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I see a battle here between your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, and your mental space. There's an imbalance there in your South Node. I'm getting a similar energy with like pile number 1, where you're kind of trapped in like solitude or feeling alone, even if you're not alone. All right, karmic release, higher heart activation, all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze inward. Water element, sensing. So I feel like for this pile, you guys have always been very intuitive or in tune, okay? But I feel like in your South Node, you have, or you will have, a lot of trouble trusting this intuition, trusting what you're feeling, maybe even feeling like you're crazy, or even feeling like, who are you to have this type of knowledge? You know what I mean? Especially with this crown chakra here. Crown chakra. Okay, and then we have Ladybug, good luck. Okay, you are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a living, colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. Okay, so, oh man, okay, so, sorry guys. So I feel like for a lot of you guys in your childhood, you may have struggled with finding friends, making friends, or keeping friends. I'm just getting this shy, a little, you know, unassuming child for this pile. You may have gotten even picked on for a lot of you guys. And I feel like there was this constant need for maybe approval, or just being stuck in like this feeling of not ever being good enough, or not ever being able to fit in. Again, with the throat chakra here, communication. All right, so in your South Node, I do feel like you guys are going to have a lot of trouble, or have had a lot of trouble speaking up for yourself. Maybe feeling bound by the conditions or the opinions and judgments of others, and maybe isolating yourself as a protection mechanism from outside forces, okay, the judgment or opinions of others. You know, feeling like if I just stay in my own little cocoon, I don't have to worry about anyone not liking me or liking me, because having people like you can even form some sort of anxiety as well. Feeling like, okay, now I have to perform to keep this person interested, or to keep these group of people wanting to hang out with me, or wanting to be around me or like me, okay? So I do feel like there's a sense here a lot of, in your South Node, just being very wary and fearful of how you may be perceived by other people. And it could have stemmed from maybe receiving a lot of backlash, or negative words, opinions, or judgment from other people. It kind of puts you in this space of being confined or feeling defined by what other people may see you as or perceive you as, and led you into this hermit energy of being alone for the most part, or not really, you know, speaking up too much, you know, not making too much noise, kind of just staying in your place, you know what I mean? With water element here, and then all paths lead home, this does indicate here that you guys are going to have a lot of trouble trusting your intuition for this pile in your South Node, which the Page of Cups could also be your intuition. So I do feel like there is going to be, okay, I'm getting strong empath vibes from this pile. So for a lot of you guys, you may be introverted, or you may not want to deal with a lot of people or energies that makes you uncomfortable. And it's because you've had this ability to pick up onto the energies of other people, okay? That's not meant to oppress you or make you feel like you have to dim your light to make these other people feel comfortable or happy, okay? You are going to learn in this lifetime, once you shift out of this South Node energy, or what it's meant to teach you is how to know certain things about people, but still have the audacity, the strength, the courage to still be yourself, you know, regardless. But also here, you are meant to, you know, trust your intuition about certain things, places, people. Okay, this card here says frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. Okay, you see that balanced exchange. Okay, higher heart activation, dropping shields. Divine love, your heart is healed. Yeah, so you guys may have been shunned or shamed, or maybe you were doing this to yourself. For some of you guys, you just felt different, okay? You may have been shamed from outside people, or you could have just done this to yourself just out of not feeling safe, or again, you could have been an empath. You were picking up on certain energies that maybe didn't make you feel welcomed, okay? That didn't make you feel good, okay? And to adapt to that, you just kind of said, you know what, I'll just stay alone, or I'll just, you know, say and do the bare minimum to not attract a lot of attention to myself. You guys definitely have shields up, okay, in your South Node. But very wise, very intelligent people, okay? I was talking to pile 1 about this hermit energy of being able to download wisdom and information in this hermit, this solitude energy, and how the universe purposely places us there so that we can learn certain things. And I feel like for you guys put yourself there for the most part. However, the energy still works the same. You've been able to self-reflect, to introspect, okay? So you have a very high intelligence level, or a high level of self-awareness, even to where you guys do see things from a higher perspective, and you are sensing things. You have a very strong intuition, okay? But you kind of struggle with finding your place in the world, or finding, you know, things that you love, or a group of people or a person that you really connect with or can feel safe with. That's what you struggle with in your South Node energy. But I feel like part of that does lend to the fact that maybe your heart chakra is a bit guarded and imbalanced, okay? It's something that you are struggling with, okay? And that's because you have adopted this way of going through situations, shielding yourself from judgment of other people, of fearing judgment, okay? Because you're judging yourself so critically. And if you guys are Virgos or have Virgo placements, I definitely can see that, okay? Virgos are very self-critical. And that's kind of turned your heart chakra off in a sense, to where now it's very difficult for you to connect with people on an emotional level, because you've gone through your life so long with not having to use that, because you're shut off anyway, okay? But nonetheless, you guys have been receiving divine communication, divine wisdom through this hermit energy, whether you're into like reading a lot. You may pick up certain hobbies that open your mind to a lot of things. But you guys have a very active crown chakra, which indicates that you guys are very intelligent in this pile, even in your South Node energy, okay? It's just about trusting yourself, trusting what you have to offer the world, and trusting that you can still be yourself, whether or not people like you or like that or not. Using your telepathy to learn how to navigate certain social interactions, rather than just completely shutting off or completely distrusting people, because you guys have a very good energy, okay? You guys lift people up, and you have the potential to, okay? And you attract a lot of good luck, because you are genuinely a good person for you guys in this pile. However, you guys struggle with showing that, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, okay? You guys are, you're coming into this world, even in your South Node, transmuting negative karma, possibly from past lifetimes. And I feel like that's part of why you're so detached, but now you're having to learn how to balance it, okay? Whereas in a past life, or even ancestral, you could have gone through a lot of betrayal. Maybe you were made fun of a lot in the past life, or maybe your ancestors had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations for their beliefs, or, you know, the way they looked, or something like that. And it's just been passed down through generations. But it's about learning how to come out of that and be more trusting, or more open at least. You don't have to trust everybody you open up to, but if you never open up to anybody, it's hard to exercise that heart chakra, okay? It's hard to balance it out if you're not practicing it, if you know what I mean. It's much like the throat chakra, you know, if you're not communicating or expressing your truth, it's kind of hard to get it to balance out. Like, you can do energy work, yes, and that will kickstart you. It will at least give you a jump start, okay? But you have to be practicing it on a daily basis. So Yeah, you guys are meant to transmute a lot of karmic energies within your own life, and I feel like as well within a lot of other people's life, especially with guidance and communication here. In your South Node, I still feel like you guys are communicating something to someone or people. You could have a platform, because you do have a lot of knowledge, okay? That can't be taken away, even if you are operating in your South Node, which is just a closed off heart chakra pretty much for you guys, and lack of trust in your intuition. But you are communicating something to the public or people look up to you as this wise counsel or someone who knows a lot, someone with a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, okay? People also see you as someone with a strong intuition, even if you don't trust your own intuition. I'm feeling like you're someone who gives advice, or you have a lot of foresight, okay? Well, just you chalk it down to just, it's my foresight, right? I'm not psychic or, you know, not intuitive or anything like that. I just have a lot of foresight. Some of you may chalk it up to that. But people see you as someone very in tune with something supernatural, okay? You have a higher, your intelligence is not of this world. It's something higher than anyone has ever experienced before they come into contact with you. And maybe you open them up to more people like you, is what I'm getting, okay? That there is a world of people who do think just like you, okay? And it's just enlightened. You're just an enlightened being. Your crown chakra is very opened, and you are receiving divine information here. But part of your karma or your South Node is learning to work through this energy of being guarded, stuck in your mind, thinking and overthinking how people may perceive you or how you're perceived by the world, okay? We have Virgo, Aquarius here for placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, North Node or South Node. And then we have water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, North Node or South Node. And then for life paths, we have 5, 7, 9. It's 5 and 7 is 13, which reduces to 4. And then 9 plus 5 is 14, which reduces to 5. And we have 11, 4 again. So a lot of 4, a lot of 5. Which could be Cancer, Cancer, Gemini, North Node or South Node. Then we have life path 11 as well, which could be Aquarian energy, okay? But you guys are very intelligent for this pile. It's just, yeah, trusting yourself, trusting what you have to offer the world as far as your intuitive gifts, your emotions, okay? Connecting with that, being able to display it in a healthy way, okay? Being able to connect with people on an intuitive level or an emotional level versus just intellectually, okay? All right, so let's take a look into your North Node then. Pile number 3. Oh yeah, I forgot that you guys did get the Scorpio transform here. So I feel like your life is going to have or inspire a lot of change for other people. Okay, deck is upside down again. Okay, so for your North Node, we have the Ace of Coins, the Hierophant here. Look at that. Palace of Swords, and the Star card here. So I do feel like you guys find balance between this Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy always reminds me of like the crown chakra for the Star card anyway, how like she's pouring into something here. I mean, here she's pouring into like a star or whatever, but I see it as like the universe pouring into someone's crown chakra, somebody receiving divine inspiration, hope, and things of that sort, wisdom, healing, and things like that. And I feel like, again, with the Palace of Swords and the Star card here, this is the universe pouring into you, Okay, that's where you get your intelligence from, your perception, right? Is divine, because you guys have a very open and balanced crown chakra. We have 2 major arcana here. I do feel like you guys find balance between your spirituality or your faith and your intellect, okay? And I do feel like you guys have a lot of blessings, spiritual blessings, that manifest as material blessings, okay? You guys are receiving some sort of download from the universe that leads to financial success for you. And it could have to do with your sharing of spiritual or religious information, okay? Oh my goodness, we have the earth element coming out underneath this Ace of Coins. And we have fertility here. That's earthy energy. That's about manifestation here. And we have the mind again with the crown chakra. Very enlightened pile here. Okay, so we have the mind showing up underneath the Palace of Swords and the star. So I feel like this is about you receiving from the divine and manifesting or pouring into the physical realm. And I feel like this pouring into means the sharing of some sort of communication or knowledge, spiritual knowledge. This is about you being able to translate spiritual knowledge into earthly knowledge, okay? But I feel like you moving into your North Node, you become more open to sharing, of being vulnerable enough to share. Whereas in the past, your South Node, you're more reluctant to share out of fear of persecution, out of fear of how you'll be perceived. And so you kept it more on an intellectual level versus spiritual or emotional. Okay, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. And that's what I get with this star card here. Share your song, the frequency of sound, deep diving with the whale and orca elders. So there is something very deep and watery about this pile, right? And I feel like in the South Node, you're getting acquainted with that. You're tapping into it, but you're not really sharing much from it. You know what I mean? And for the North Node, you're stabilizing it. Remember, we had the water element in your South Node, which is you tapping into that spirituality, you tapping into divine source creator, but not really doing much with it as far as the physical realm. And then as you align more with your North Node, you begin to feel more comfortable sharing it with the world or sharing it with other people. And you begin to build something here for yourself. You begin to stabilize that energy, okay? All right, so with the sea otter here, we have be the master of playful living, release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Like we have water again. Your good destiny of love is sure. Well, so this is really about letting go and being free for you guys in pile number 3. I know this is going to sound very cliche, but the only person or being who can judge us is God, right? And once we really connect with that energy source, okay, and we begin to delve into that and connect with ourselves deeper than just our physical vessel, which I feel like you guys are doing even in your South Node, whether you're aware of it or not. When we become aware of it, we realize, hey, I'm not just this body, and my purpose here is a lot greater than just conforming or making myself small to avoid being judged or condemned or looked at a certain way. All right. So fertility says, the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. And I feel like that's what this Ace of Coins and Earth element is. Whereas before it was just something internally that was going on for you, okay? And in your North Node, you began to give whatever this is life. These ideas, these thoughts, the weirdness that is you, the weirdness that you thought was to be condemned because it was different, is actually the very thing that is going to bring you stability and acceptance in this earthly realm, okay? I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are going to be looked up to as some sort of spiritual leader. I feel like there's like a connection to all religions for you. So for some of you guys, you may begin to dive more into religious studies that may help you to connect or preach oneness, okay? Some of you guys may preach oneness or teach oneness, I'd rather say, in whatever it is you choose to do. Or if it's not teach it or preach it, it's living more in this oneness, not feeling like you have to disconnect one way of being from the other, like feeling like you can't be spiritual and an intellectual, or you can't use spirituality to navigate yourself in the physical world, because spirituality and things of that sort don't really exist, you know. But it becomes very real for you, very real and very apparent for you. This is you using your imagination to create in the physical realm, not choosing to separate the two anymore. All right, so I'm gonna get a few more cards for you guys. I'm also hearing intuitively that you guys are going to be transforming a lot within this lifetime. You're going to go through stages, okay? Yeah, mentor, gardener, okay? So you guys are going to be planting a lot of seeds for other people and for yourself. Whatever you've been cultivating here in your thoughts and your imagination, your emotions, your intuition, you're going to finally be giving birth to when you align to your North Node. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to become mentors for other people, and that is going to be a source of revenue for you guys. I feel like it is going to bring you a lot of abundance with this Ace of Coins and the stability here. Again, we have 11, 9, 5, and 17 for the star, which reduces to 8. Okay, and we have Aquarius and Taurus energy again, as well as Scorpio, as well as Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Shaman showing up at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it's funny because look at this, Communicator. And we had Communication for the South Node. You guys are going to be healers for the darkness here. Musician, darkness. There's something about the way you communicate or what you communicate. For some of you guys, you could actually be musicians, okay? And you've been very worried about your sound, okay? Or how well you're going to be accepted into mainstream, or if you're already in mainstream, or getting there, you've been accepted by a group of people or something. Your sound is going to help people come out of a dark space, okay? Regardless of what people may think about you or think about your music or what you have to say, if you have some sort of other platform where you're sharing your messages. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are going to be faced with your worst fear from your South Node, which is persecution, judgment, negativity. But once you align with your North Node, I feel like you're going to be brushing it off, almost laughing it off. It's not going to affect you the way it once did when you were shutting yourself down or making yourself small in your South Node out of fear of it. You're going to realize that it is a part of life, okay? Yeah, some of you guys definitely are like singers. Like there's something you do with communication. You have singer, Holy One. Like your inspiration, your words are inspiration for other people. For others of you guys, if it's not like actual singing or making music, it is your voice, something you're saying to people, okay? Rebel, like there's something about you that's very different, okay? That's meant to be shared and expressed in order to inspire other people who may be just like you. And I got that energy before where it's like you open people up to it's almost like a secret society of people who are like you. You just don't come across them every day. But there is a world of people like you out there. And I feel like you guys set the tempo, okay? For a lot of people, you create a lot of change just by witnessing you, the way you move, the way you speak, the way you express yourself, the way you dress, okay? When you're in your North Node and you're just completely being yourself, you're going to be like a trendsetter, okay? A rhythm maker, marching to the beat of your own drum, not being confined by the rules of society or the opinions of others, okay? Social constructs and things of that sort. But I feel like a lot of you guys are inspiring people when you're in your North Node to come out of some sort of darkness. Even some of you guys are exposing darkness for what it is and helping people to transform their own lives, okay? But yeah, you're either sharing your voice on a platform or singing, making music, rapping, or something like that. Poetry, podcasts, whatever. Your ideas, your thoughts are meant to get out there. And I feel like in your North Node, you are going to finally begin planting those seeds, sharing your thoughts, sharing your voice on a bigger platform, whether it's music or podcasting, YouTube, actual television, doesn't matter. You are boundless, celestial, okay? And that is the energy you are going to definitely be connecting with the Star card here, and the healer, healing people through the way you lead yourself. All right, so pile number 3, that's pretty much all I'm getting for you guys. If you resonated with this reading, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I hope to see you guys on another reading. If you are interested in booking personal, you can visit my website. It's cosmicmirrors.com. Again, I hope to see you guys on another one. Bye.